not elaborate too much. Decide what you want to present and what you want your interviewer to focus on. That'll be again your critical thinking skills and your logical thinking ability to talk, to grab their attention onto those aspects that are there in the resume that you will be interested to talk about. If you're writing it down, um, you can add all about that. If you can talk about all three very clearly and sure, then you should not have any problem. You're writing it down, that means you know in and out about it. Let's say you are writing about a certification which you have just done it, you just have the certificate maybe with you, but you cannot answer a question on it, then do not put on that resume. Got that, people? Yes. So it's most importantly, read the job description really well, then and customize it. How are you capable, or how do you believe that you will be able to fulfill that role? What and all you have done so far that will all support that specific role, that specific job? You mention those aspects. You think certain other things that are not relevant, maybe you can always eliminate them, because again, too lengthy resumes people will not be interested in skimming through because it's too heavy. They might put it aside, they might put it on hold, and you definitely do not want that to happen. Correct? And whenever you have a chance, always quantify impact. And what do I mean by quantifying impact? Well, let's say, you can talk about some engagement activity you have done previously, and you have to talk about how much engagement or how much impact that has happened. You can talk about that in numbers. Well, like I am talking in numbers, and I'm here for 7 years, and then maybe I'll talk about how many certifications I've done or how many employees I have trained so far. Correct. So if in my in my performance reviews, we are talking about how many learning sessions I have delivered, how many infotions, because we are in-house trainers. Well, we'll talk about how many employees I have enabled. So it's not about it's always about that quantity, the impact. I have enabled about, let's say, some 2000 infotions with this session, with this learning. And if you look at their skill and how they're growing, well, this is the impact. Now that's when numbers speak a lot, because nobody can question a number. If you put anything abstract, well, I developed confidence in people. Now, can I show that confidence to people? How I developed that confidence, how I nurtured that mindset in a session? Can I show that? Absolutely not. Can I show that I cultivated growth mindset in people? I cannot show that. You can always come back and argue, no, 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 there's nothing like that. No, I cannot show that to them. So how will I put that in place? Well, I have enabled about 2000 infotions on growth mindset in 1 year. Now, how did I do it? I did it in a similar manner, and this is the feedback I received for the session. Feedback is again my quantity, and again, the impact feedback talks about the impact from the learning session and how many people I've enabled, how long this session happened. All these metrics will talk about that impact, because certain things cannot be questioned and they cannot be vague, and that's when your resume is very strong enough. Now, if you want to make your resume professional, maybe you can go for a second page in your resume talking more about your previous experience. But talk more, try to quantify it wherever possible and add this data. Are we good so far? I'll take a couple of questions now. Deepthi asks, what should we answer? What are your salary expectations? Well, if you're switching a job, you can be very honest about a salary expectation. You can talk about, I'm looking for so and so hike. And let's say I have done this, I've seen my colleagues do it. You can also take the help of AI. Go to any chatbot, any AI, Gemini, and ask, well, I'm applying for this job and this is my experience. What is the current salary that we can expect in the market? Just ask this question. Then it will give you, okay, you can ask for this kind of a hike, and then, again, it's a negotiation at any point in time. So, well, you can talk about, you can think about that kind of a hike, that percentage, and be very honest with it. And you can ask AI, what is the current trend? What would be the highest in this category? What would be the mediocre thing in the category? What would be the very, if, just okay kind of money in this category? And then talk about what you want to quote. Can you ask HR budget for the role? Not really. I don't think companies will actually reveal that pointer for you, Akash. They'll not reveal unless until it comes to a point where the negotiation is like you're walking away and they are walking away. If both the parties are walking away, it comes to that point, then maybe they'll say, our budget is this. We cannot give you more than this. If you're okay with this, maybe we can process your application. All right. Yes. So I hope I answered that question. And then, how to answer career gap? Okay, career gap. Well, it's about, be very honest. Tell them why this has happened genuinely, and show them more about, talk about how willing you are to do whatever that comes your way for, to make this possible, to be that successful asset, in this role for the company. If you can narrate that kind of a story, your career gap will not even matter. Got that? All right. Okay, great. uh I do not know if I'm audible to you. Let me come back. Am I audible? We are reconnecting you. Yes, can you hear me? No. You can hear me? Finally. Yeah, this is green. Okay, fine, fine. Yeah. I am losing connection today for some reason. Okay, let me bring back the screen share, and we'll talk about the next part, that is how to use star technique, right?
Hello, Aparna?
I'm able to hear you. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Now we
Okay,
can.
this
Yeah.
is,
We lost you for 1 minute.
it is actually fluctuating. Yeah, it's fluctuating a lot. Let me also just join in my mobile phone. Maybe that'll be there.
No, this is better, Aparna.
Somehow the hotspot. This is better now?
Yeah, now
Okay.
yeah, perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring back the screen share. It's fluctuating a lot today. Do not know why. So I prepared a nice star technique for you. Well, don't know. Am I still connected? I'm still connected. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry. I don't know. My laptop is just very weird today. Okay. Well, let me quickly show you the star method, which is very simple.
Screen is
We'll
not
talk more
shared.
about it
Screen is
because
not
that's
shared,
where
Aparna.
you structure. That's how you structure your thoughts. Yes, I'm sharing. It's taking a while. So
Okay,
that's the reason I'm just. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay, fine. Huh. Yes. Can you see this, everybody?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay. It is actually in the share mode for me. No?
Uh,
Okay. I'll
yeah,
just
yeah.
reshare.
Came. No, screen is not shared.
Okay. I am able to see the preview. Visible
Now
now?
visible. Yeah.
Now visible. Okay, great. Great. All right. Well, I just put up this is what we have discussed so far, right? Customize for the role, use keywords, quantify your impact, keep your resume clean and focused for the role. So for every new job you're trying to apply, every new role you're trying to apply, you have to, customize that particular resume. You cannot just, keep sending one size does not fit everybody. Okay, one size fits all, that technique will not work here. The next aspect is your personal branding. Well, of course, people do check your LinkedIn platforms, and you have to keep your consistency, your brand value everywhere the same, right? In person you should be very, authentic. Well, you should be who you are. You should be who you are. Your resume speaks as well. Even though I'm not seeing you in person and we will have a virtual interview, your resume should speak about who you are, and it should be in line with who I meet online as well. It cannot be talking about two different people. At the same time, on your keep your LinkedIn updated. Of course, it is supposed to be the platform where you will search for more opportunities, more jobs. It should be about, your career growth. People are sharing other parameters as well, but as long as you want to keep it, try to keep it professional. Just do not share anything random on LinkedIn. We will not worry about others. We will worry about what we have to do, right? You have to craft that. You can take the help of AI. Use, we need not really worry about, do I have that great vocabulary and fluency to create that personal statement to showcase my unique strengths. Of course I will work on my skill sets. Of course I will keep, take care of my fluency. I will take care of my vocabulary. I'll take care of everything. I'll learn that eventually, but I can always take the help of AI and craft that personal statement and keep my LinkedIn updated all the times. Right? And yes, you are absolutely right. No lie in the resume. Yes. And now let's talk more about the star method. Okay, so how is that you can prepare using a star method, and the same similar fashion you can also structure your thoughts in the interview using the star method. Star stands for S stands for situation, T stands for task, A for action, and R for result. Right? So whenever you always look at your internships, your projects, your experiences you had, anything and everything you want to describe in the interview, try to put that in the form of star. This is your template, people, your go to template. This is one such, and I feel this is very easy because it's just star. It's nice, it's catchy, it's very easy to remember. Four is not a big deal for us to remember. So, first, you set the context of your story and keep it all brief, keep it all crisp. All right. Set the context of your story, then talk more about your responsibility or your assignment. What did you do in that? Now, on a funny note, whenever we see, all these kinds of resumes coming to us, we look at everybody has, in the project you do in your colleges, everybody is a team lead, right? Is that possible? Everybody, maybe you've copied somebody else's resume. Maybe you thought, if I'm a team lead, maybe people will love me. The interviewer will like me. I'll have those extra brownie points. Not really. You need not be the leader, you need not be the hero. Wherever you are, you can still talk about that particular role. You can still talk about how you've analyzed the leader's abilities and what you have learned as a lesson, and what do you aspire, why do you aspire to become that kind of a leader. You can talk about all of this too, and that'll be very authentic, and that'll be very close to your own self. Yes, there we go. So you describe your responsibility, your assignment, what was given to you, and so that they understand what because they do not know you, right? They'll be assessing your critical thinking skills. They'll be assessing your attitude. They'll be looking at, if is this person relevant for my job? Can I hire them? So you give the context of the story. You also tell what is this task and what did you do in the task. What was your action item? Like, for example, I was responsible for coordinating the team's efforts. And then how did I do? Well, I developed a detailed project plan and then I assigned tasks. As simple as that. Like, you have a question, you have an answer. There's a task, there's an action. And then what happened? You share the outcome, you share what happened genuinely. It need not be a success story all the time. Success will maybe will give you that point one, not 1% of that brownie point. But if you can say that you achieved something, how did you do that? How well you articulated your thoughts. Whether it's about who are you, what's your attitude, how well you're articulating your thoughts. Got that, people? So, well, I developed a detailed project plan and assigned tasks. So that's what you will focus on. So Lokendranath is giving me a thumbs down reaction, maybe not able to see my screen. Am I audible and the screen visible, people? Yes. So it's only for couple of people who have this issue. All right. Great. Yes. So you want to change your stream to software developer. Why not? You can talk, if you can develop that skill set, Manoj, you can talk about, well, I want to, explore more. I have to, I want to take up this responsibility too. I'm passionate about. You talk about your why. You focus on your why. Why I want to do this. Yes, because that excites me. That puts me on my toes all the time, and I totally enjoy this. And if I'm into this role, I feel like I can do whatever it takes. And people want that kind of, people with growth mindset, people who can learn on the go. So yes, this session is getting recorded. Interviewers or all of that. So Yash, this session is getting recorded. Well, I cannot go back because we also slightly started late because of the technical issues I'm having. So let me take everybody towards the closing. Well, if you want the slides and all, you will always anyways get the recording of the session. Follow it there, please. All right. So far, are we good? Will the CGPA matter? Well, one quick answer. Well, folks, it'll not matter, because it'll just matter until the time you are eligible for that interview. That's it. Cut off. At least you have this, that eligibility. If you fulfill, then anybody who's entering the interview room is the same. Whether if I say 60% is it, right? And I'll say, well, not audible to anybody. Okay, but I have a green here. It says my network is fine. So it could be a network issue on your end, people. Those who are saying it's breaking, it could be an issue on your end. Okay, because I have a green here, so it should be fine for me. Okay, great. Well, we were talking more about, just a minute. Yes. Yeah. So would that be CGPA? Well, if let's say if I say the eligibility criteria is 60%, you're working with 60%. There's one more who's working with 90%. Well, then You're no, I do not have any bias as an interviewer. I will not have a bias between, we are not differentiating based on that. Let's say if there's a tie between you and the other person, you both performed in a similar manner. I love your attitude, both of your attitude, both have that learning ability, right? Then maybe, maybe I'll tend to pick up that 90% just because they have that extra edge. That's it. Got the answer? So you focus more on what, how you present that story, how you will turning attitude you have. All right. Well, now let's talk more about what you should be doing during the interview. Well, it could be a virtual interview as well. So be very well prepared. Set up your space. Like, even I set up a space here for this session. There's a plain wall, there's like good lighting, and there's nobody to disturb me around. Unfortunately, my network is not fine well, so I'm not able to come on once. Not just before the interview, maybe after the interview also. Right? My network is not fine well, so I'm not able to come on once. Not just before the interview, maybe peacefully and cup of coffee or tea and be in that space, that mindset, so that you do not have any presentation nerves. All right. So, well, you get ready for the interview. It could be a virtual interview. Even in that case, you have to dress appropriately. Now, what would be a very good dress? Now, business formals, they say. Now, certain companies are okay with business casuals as well. So, it's a D day, it's an interview day. I would suggest go for business formals, right? And do not go for very colors which are very dark. Go for a lighter palette, which would be because it would be soothing. And go for some dark colored trousers and light colored shirts, and then well polished shoes, and very well groomed as well for that day. Right? Be your own self. You're not comfortable talking about the ladies here in the room. You can still go for your kurta and your regular, the chudidar you will wear, but try to have a very, subtle design on it. Do not, it shouldn't be too gaudy, not too much work, right? It should be just like you're attending a very casual meeting. Let's say, to a wedding, maybe you will dress up all gaudy and go, right? To a party, you will maybe wear a torn jeans and go. But let's say you're just going for a casual meeting with your family, very casual, right? In that case, you will put up a very casual outfit and go. Correct? Yes. So the focus here should be on your knowledge, right? And not what you're wearing. So your dressing should be very subtle, very neutral. Got that? Right. And then go for that right greetings, posture, tone. In just the first 30 seconds, you will have to grab their attention. So how is that you're going to do? By showing that your posture, and all you tell here is is your non-verbal or your body language, right? Because that's what they get to know, that's what sets the tone of the interview. Now have that warm smile and be very confident when we are, when you're walking into that room. Sit there, and they're just humans, they're just like you. No, if you have any fears in your head, anything that is troubling you, you have to actively take deep breaths, 5 to 10 deep breaths before you get into that interview call or into that interview room, and offer that great greetings, upright posture all the time, and just be ready, be there actively. And this is the what they check for in the first 30 seconds. And try, practice when you're in the same laptop you will be doing the interview. You connect with them, connect with your buddy, ask them if you're, if you're visible till the torso. Let me also, show you how you have to place your camera, right? Visible till the torso, and see if you're able to make the eye contact. Now, virtual, it gets slightly easy because you have to do is look into the camera like the way I am doing right now. Got that? And always look for a transparent, a very, subtle background, nothing on the wall. Like I have a plain wall behind me. The same thing for your virtual interview as well. And in-person interview, anyways, you're sitting upright in the chair, and you're having that winning, pleasant smile for your interviewer. Now this will set the impression, right? And nothing else that is, distracting the people. If you're wearing some, very long earrings, or if you have like unnecessary chains or jewelry or accessories that you wear, well, the interviewer is actually lost. It's also human brain on the other end, right? They are lost looking at your accessories, and why would you dress up in a certain way for an interview or on your knowledge. Got that? So I want their attention on my knowledge, so my dressing would be very subtle. Yes, both. That is the reason they say formal people. I don't want to be a fashionista. I don't want to, I'm not applying for a fashion designer job, right? So that's the reason I'll not walk in my loungewear. I'll not walk in my, party clothes. I'll not focus more on, maybe,
Yes,
how much makeup I
both.
put that
That is
day.
the reason they say formal
I will
people.
be
I don't
presentable
want I don't
to
want to be
show
a
that I'm
fashionist.
serious about the
The
job.
interviewer is
Of
actually
course,
the same thing
what
for your
I'm
virtual
wearing will
interview.
carry some impression. For that reason,
And
I'm wearing
and
everything
just be
subtle,
ready in
everything
case
to the
you will put up
minimum, groomed as well for that
got
day.
that? All right,
Right?
right? Okay, because
Then
I have
throughout the
agreed that
interview,
you need not
you
be there
listen
to talk about, well,
actively and you
I want to,
respond
explore
clearly.
more.
Now, what happens in our brain is, well, maybe we are not listening to the interviewer. They might share stories, they might give you data, they might talk about different things. But what happens is our brain is actually very, very busy thinking about how to answer the next question, or what is happening in the interview, or it is just blank, it just gave up. Now this can happen very well in the interview, so you will practice in, in your preparation phase